Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it seems like the Ukrainians are having a very high rating on destroying Russian missiles and rockets, especially missiles. And pretty soon they're going to destroy more than the Russians are launching. I foresee that happening. Because when this war between United States and Russia started on the territory of Ukraine, there was about, let's say, the Ukrainians were able to destroy one out of, let's say, 10 or something. So it was 10%, but now it's like 90% accuracy. So pretty soon it's going to be 300%, if you know what I mean. This article comes from Ukrinform, from today, the 13th of October 2022. Ukraine's air defense destroys 4 Russian cruise missiles. Alright, but the Russian troops launched Kalibr cruise missiles from the Black Sea on Thursday, October 13, targeting critical infrastructure across Ukraine. That's according to Air Command West, Ukrinform reports. And I'm quoting. 4 cruise missiles were destroyed by the forces and means of Air Command West's air defense in our area of responsibility. The Russians, continue to attack the civilian population, launching missile attacks on critical infrastructure facilities. This proves only one thing: Russia is scared. Air defense titans continue to successfully clear the Ukrainian sky, the statement says. As reported, an air alert was active throughout Ukraine in the afternoon hours. Several objects in the Lvov regions were hit. All right, by Kalibr. So it's very interesting that they're destroying. They didn't say exactly how many, were able to hit the targets, but they destroyed 4 of them from the Black Sea. It's very interesting. And this reminds me of when I used to live in the communist times. They used to report how much was the production of grain, let's say, or steel or oil, and they were reporting every year more and more that they had to lie, because every year, if it was the same like last year, showed a stagnation, and the communists could not show stagnation. So they lied so much every year that the production got to such a level that the production of grain of Romania was almost bigger, I think, than the United States of America. Now look at the territory and figure that out. So probably here the Ukrainian will say, well, today the Russian air defense systems destroyed 10 Russian missiles out of 5. All right, so I'm expecting then that to happen. And it's very interesting that the Russians still have missiles. They said they should be done by now. Now also the Ukrainians are reporting that they are doing a good job, and they say that, for instance, they have capability to conduct airstrikes. So in this other article that I have here, it says that the Ukrainian Army Air Force launched 19 strikes, hits 2 Russian command and control points. So from the same Ukrinform, from the same date of 13th of October, the Ukrainian Air Force carried out 19 strikes, effectively engaging 13 enemy weapon and equipment clusters. That's according to an update by Ukraine's General Staff released as of 6:00 p.m. local time on Thursday, October 13. The aggressor continues to focus its efforts on attempts to implement plans to advance to the administrative border of Donetsk region, as well as hold captured ground in Kherson, Kharkiv, Zaporozhye and Mykolaiv regions. The enemy continues to pull up pulling up reserves, pursuing a mobilization effort. The key thing that I get here is their plans to advance to the administrative border of Donetsk. So they are the guys who are in an offensive, and the Ukrainians are in defense here. The Russians are shelling positions of Ukrainian troops along the entire contact line. Also, the enemy is fortifying its positions in separate directions and conducting aerial reconnaissance. The enemy continues to attack critical infrastructure and civilian objectives across Ukraine. In particular, such attacks were reported in Nalivaikivka, Kiev region, as well as Mykolaiv and Nikopol. The enemy employed cruise, air-to-surface and anti-aircraft guided missiles and Iranian-made kamikaze drones. Throughout the current day, the Russians launched 15 airstrikes and a missile strike, also carried out 25 attacks using MLR systems. According to the General Staff, the situation has not changed significantly, that's the key word, in the Volyn and Polisia directions. The threat of missile and airstrikes from the airspace and territory of the Republic of Belarus remains in place. The enemy fired in multiple directions. In the Sieviersk direction, the enemy fired mortars and barrel artillery in the areas of Atinske and Valika Rybitsia. Oh my. In the Slobozansky direction, the Russian attacked the area of Hraniskivka, Hatishke and Strelechka using mortars, barrel and jet artillery. In the Kramatorsk direction, enemy tanks and artillery of various types opened fire along the entire line of contact, in particular in the districts of Bilohorivka, Kerniv and Yampolivka. In the Bakhmut direction, the enemy tanks, mortars, barrel and jet artillery in the area of Bakhmut, Bakhmutske, Zelenopilia, Soledar, Mayorsk, Ivangrad and Yakovivka. In the Avdiivka region direction, the aggressor inflicted fire damage employing tanks and artillery of various calibers on Marinka, Nevelske, Pervomiske and Zolota Niva district. The enemy ran no offensive operations in the Novopavlinka and Zaporozhye directions. The settlements of Stepnohirsk, Orhiv and Komishuvavka were shelled. The Russian invaders continues to take Ukrainian children out of the temporarily occupied territory. Since the early October, nearly 150 children were transported out of Kherson. So the enemy suffers losses on the daily basis. The air forces carried out 9 strikes over this day. It has been confirmed that more than 13 enemy manpower and weapon clusters, as well as 6 anti-aircraft missile systems have been hit. In addition, our air defense units shot down 8 unmanned aerial vehicles. 6 of them are Shahed 136, in the statements read. Well, this is a full war over there on the whole line, and I didn't hear anything about Ukrainians' counteroffensive anymore. All I heard, and this is a Ukrainian media outlet, all I heard is the Russians trying to advance and use missiles and rockets and drones, whatever, unmanned aerial vehicles and whatever they have. It seems like Russians still have ammunition and weapons, and nothing changed. Well, waiting for winter to show up, and then we'll see if anything will change then. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.